What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon NBA DFS video. It is Sunday. It is October 29th, and we are back with a DFS video for you. If you've never been here before, hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you're in for a treat. If you've never been here before, what we do is we're going to go over the Vegas odds. Then we're going to check out our article, which you can find down below. And in that article, anytime there are at least 5 games, we give you 3 top, 3 mid, and 3 value picks at each position, just to give you a head start of your player pool, the way you go about building lineups, however you do it. We try to give you a head start there. If you do need a little bit more help than just what we give you here, we do have FTA Plus, which you go to FantasyTeamAdvisors.com. You can find it right here. Go to FTA Plus, $24.99 for a month, which includes all sports for the month, MLB next year once it comes back, MMA, NASCAR, NBA, NFL, PGA. We've got those sports there. We've got you covered with DFS and sports betting. We have a yearly package, normally $199. If you use the promo code Thursday, all one word, all capital letters, you can get it for $75. There's 2 coupon codes left. Or anytime a video gets at least 50 likes, you leave a comment so the comment picker can pick you up, and you are a subscriber to our YouTube channel, you have a chance to win a free week of DFS content. Anytime a video gets at least 100 likes, you have a chance to win a free month. 125 likes is a chance to win a free year. And if any of our videos ever get 150 likes, you'll leave a comment and you are a subscriber, you have a chance to win a lifetime pass, usually $4.99. All you got to do is leave a comment and be a subscriber and like the video. So that being said, yesterday's video got 52 likes. So someone is going to win a free week of DFS content. Now, you can come back every single day and win. Unless you get the lifetime pass, then we'll let someone else win. You can win every single day. We've had multiple people win multiple times. We've had people win multiple times in a row as well. So you just got to come back. So hit that bell notification if you have not. So let's check out who the winner from yesterday's video is real quick before we jump into everything. The winner, it's me. So we're going to rerun this because this is a comment I left, core plays that I left there. Let's do this again. That is my bad. Hopefully it doesn't pick me again. That's the first time it's ever happened. It's the second time it's ever happened. Okay. Yeah, remove that. Come on. Third time's the charm, I bet. The winner is Manny Coelho. Bacon Mania. Yes, it is. So, Manny, I can't remember if you have a username on the website or not. If you do, just let me know you've seen this, that you're the winner in this, and then either hit me up on email, dfshelp1@gmail.com. That's dfshelp, the number 1, @gmail.com with your username. If you don't have a username on the site, let me know an email and a username you would like to get set up, and we'll get you set up. Also, on top of that, if you want to go with Twitter/X instead, you can tweet at us or DM us, and we'll get you set back up for a week. That being said, Manny can come back tomorrow. He can come back the next day and the next day. You can check it out. So it's easy as that. Just like the video, leave a comment, be a subscriber. Super simple. It helps us out. Share these videos. That helps us out as well. If you haven't already, it is Sunday. Check out the NFL content, though, depending on what time you watch this. So obviously, if you watch this in the morning before noon, you have a chance to get our DFS content for NFL. If not, you might have a chance for NASCAR, but NBA. That's why you're here, hopefully. So that being said, we're going to look at the matchups real quick. Depending on when you watch this, this probably does change a little bit, and we will have this updated. So the NBA content, we have DFS minutes played. We have the fantasy points allowed by position. We have Vegas odds, our player projections. We have our chalk, meaning if you play cash games, these are the players to target. It's got the players for both Fanduel and DraftKings. It's got their pricing. It has their projections on there. It also has ownership projections to kind of help you out. So if you are more of a tournament player, not a cash player, you can take the chalk. You can look where everyone's at and then pivot to another. So you can go in that position. You can look at maybe, you can see the ownership percentage. See, it's a lower one, but a higher fantasy point outage, whatever it is. You can pivot that way as well. So a lot of information over there. We also have DFS cheat sheet, and we have NBA bets as well. So that being said, yesterday, just to kind of recap what we did, we hit pretty well on DraftKings. 324 for one of the lineups. We had 4 lineups out there, 2 cash, 2 GPP. We hit very well with Karis LeVert. He was 5,100, got 10 times value there. That's a play you need in your lineup. Evan Mobley, 62 fantasy points, which is perfect there. Max Strus, he had a double-double, I believe. 46.75 fantasy points. 5,300, got 8 times value. Again, if you're playing cash, you need at least 6 times value, meaning you take their salary, multiply it by 6, whatever that is the fantasy point target you need. If you're playing GPP, 7 plus. So salary times 7. So I'm going to actually make a chart. I know I keep saying that, but when I have the free time, I'm going to make a chart, and I'm going to have pretty much the minimum salary, whatever that is, for FanDuel and DraftKings. And then I'm going to have basically 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times, maybe even up to 12 times, and then have your projections and what the target is. So it's kind of a visual that you guys can see. A lot of you guys are visual learners. You've told me that. We will go with that. Also, I do take suggestions. So what you would like to see in these videos, let us know. In yesterday's video, there were questions about what core plays we would like, or could I put our core plays on here? First off, we have them on our cheat sheet, but sometimes during the making of this video, I don't know the core plays yet because we're still waiting on some news and everything. But every video, I will post couple of core plays for FanDuel and DraftKings, and I'll pin it at the top. So you can come back to the video about 2 hours before tip-off, and you can see it from there. So that being said, let's check out the game. So technically, we have 6 games on the slate. We have 1 game early at 3:30 Eastern. Then we have everything else at 7 Eastern. So we have a 5-game main slate, which we will focus on, but we will go through all of the Vegas odds real quick. So we got Thunder at the Nuggets. Denver's only a 3-point favorite right now, which is kind of crazy. Both are 2-0 teams. The first game here, we've got the Rockets at the Warriors. We've got Warriors being a 4.5-point favorite. Draymond Green is supposed to be back. We do have Steph Curry with a questionable tag. We'll see if he plays. Rockets 0-2, Warriors 1-1. 226.5 over under there. We get to the Bucks at the Hawks. We actually have the Bucks as a 7-point favorite right now, but an over under of 238.5. We want to target this a little bit. I love Giannis. I love Damian Lillard. Love Damian Lillard so much. That's the reason he's the picture of this video and the article that accompanies it. We've got the 76ers at the Trailblazers. 76ers only played 1 game. Trailblazers have played 2. Philly's actually a 9.5-point favorite and an over-under of 218.5. Could be a lower scoring game. It is the lowest on the slate right now. You got the Kings at the Lakers. You've got Sacramento as 2.5-point favorite, but we do have an over-under of 234. Both teams are 1-1. And then, sorry about that. Then we have the Clippers at the Spurs. Clippers are a 9-point favorite team right now. 228.5 over under. Both teams are 1-1 as well. So that being said, that's kind of what we're looking at. Like I said, anytime we have 5 games or more, we'll give you 3 players at each position that we like. Top, 3 mid, and 3 value. So just looking at the article, if you are visual learners, click the link down below. The more views the article gets, the more I know you guys like it, and that helps me build out what we want to do. So that being said, love me some Damian Lillard. Might be one of my favorite plays because of his price per dollar is what we've got projected out. Now, our projections will change a little bit. So these are preliminary projections. Obviously, more news comes out. The questionable guys are either in or out. That'll update the projections as well, which we try to update them about 2 hours before tip-off. So looking at the point guard position, let's just go down the list right now. We got Damian Lillard, 47 fantasy points. Steph Curry, if he plays, got him projected at 45 fantasy points. Trae Young at 43. Mid-tier players here at point guard, you got D'Angelo Russell at 27, Trey Jones 26, and Norman Powell at 24. And your value plays here at point guard, you've got Gabe Vincent at 19, Jason Tate at 17, and Gary Payton at 16 fantasy points. Now, these are not the only plays that we like at this position. These are just some of the projections. So if you want to see all the projections, sign up to FTA Plus. We've got the cheat sheet. We've got the player projections. And then from that player projections, we've put plays at each position on the cheat sheet, and we also have leverage plays in those positions if we feel that there's value that you could leverage down to and still pay up. So yesterday, one of our favorite leverage plays, Karis LeVert at 5,000. Like I said, he got over 10 times value, which obviously you can't project that. No one can. You can't project triple doubles, but we can do as much as we can because NBA is one of the easiest DFS sports to actually project. We move on to the shooting guard. Paul George, number 1 at 42 fantasy points. Tyrese Maxey, 38. Now, some of these players are on a back-to-back, the second leg of a back-to-back. We used Tyrese Maxey yesterday. We'll use him again. We've got him projected at 38. Doesn't mean he'll get it because we still are waiting on, we're waiting to see about a month's worth of data to be able to feel confident about the fantasy points given up per game to each position, and checking that out, what we feel confident about with, how players play on the first leg or a second leg of a back-to-back. So we kind of got to wait till basically Thanksgiving to feel 100% confident, but we're still bringing you as much information as we possibly can with the information we have. So we got Dejounte Murray at 35 fantasy points. Mid-tier, Scoot Henderson at 27. We used Scoot Friday night, I believe. Was it Thursday or Friday? Can't remember if it was Thursday or Friday. All these days kind of go together now. He was one of our value picks, and he came through for us big time. Saved a lot of salary to be able to pay up at center, and I believe point guard that day, and we cashed as well. So that's what we got there. Then you got Austin Reeves at 27 fantasy points and DeAnthony Melton at 25. Then your value picks at shooting guard, you got Malik Beasley at 22, Pat Connaughton at 21, and Kevin Huerter at 20 fantasy points. Then we move to the small forward. You got LeBron James at 43 fantasy points. He's not, we used to, obviously he's 39, he's old. We used to project him out at 50 and 60. He's slowing down. I don't know if I'll use him. We'll see. We got Kawhi Leonard at 42 and Keldon Johnson at 32. Mid-tier, Kelly Oubre Jr. at 27. Harrison Barnes at 24 and DeAndre Hunter at 24. And then value picks here at the small forward, you got Sadiq Bey at 22, Moses Moody at 20, and Taurean Prince at 19 fantasy points. Favorite plays here for power forward, you got Giannis at 51, Victor at 38. We got Tobias Harris at 32. Mid-tier, Jeremy Grant at 29. Draymond Green, who says he'll play, but he's still questionable right now. Everything looks like he's good to go. We're looking at 28 fantasy points. I will bump him up more if Steph is out. If the big shooter in Steph is out of this game for whatever reason, I will take Draymond a little bit more. And then Keegan Murray at 26 fantasy points. And then value picks here at power forward, Paul Reed at 23, Jay Crowder at 18, and Robert Covington at 18 fantasy points. Then we move on to the center position. Joel Embiid came through for us Saturday night at 60-plus fantasy points. Now he's on the second of a back-to-back, so I don't know how much it'll affect him, but we've got him at 50 fantasy points right now. We got Sabonis at 47, Anthony Davis at 44. Anthony Davis screwed a lot of people in opening night. Got the next day off, came back on Friday. We used him. We took that. So that's kind of the mind you got to think. A lot of people are going to be off of this person because they screwed him over here. That means the ownership percentage probably is going to be a little bit lower. We took advantage of that, and he dominated for us on Friday night. I've got him projected right now at 44. Wouldn't be surprised if it does go up a little bit. We'll kind of wait to see, play the field a little bit, see some other news that comes out before we finalize if we feel confident enough to pay for Anthony Davis, because he is one injury away one little step, wrong step in a game to getting injured, going to the locker room and screwing over your lineup. It'll happen to the best of you. If it has not happened to you yet, just wait. It will. And he is probably the number one suspect when it comes to that. Mid-tier, we've got Alperen Sengun at 37, DeAndre Ayton at 30, and Zach Collins at 29. Then our value plays here at the center position, Robert Williams, 22, Christian Wood, 22, and Mason Plumlee, 17 fantasy points. Now, normally, on a good slate, with more games, we have a lot of value plays. To be completely honest with you, looking over the situation, looking at our projections and our value point per dollar, depending on what site you're on, there's not a ton of value plays that I like today. Could change a little bit with news, but as of right now, Trey Jones is the highest value at 5.05 times value, which isn't even enough for cash games. Like I said, we need 6. Malik Monk is 5 times value, and Terrence Mann is 5 times value as well. So nothing stuck out to me when I looked at that. Hopefully maybe something changes a little bit and we get a little bit more value. I don't know what's going on, but hopefully we do see some more value there. Now, it is towards the end of the video. Normally we like to at least look at building a lineup, which we will do. Just projection out, we'll look at what we like, and these will be plays that I do like. So right off the bat, I absolutely love Damian Lillard. He's 9,600. He's cheaper than Sabonis. He's cheaper than Antetokounmpo, and he's cheaper than Embiid. So if you look at this, Antetokounmpo here, Giannis, game log, he's only played one game. Got 49.75, did not get value for everyone who used him opening night for him at 10,200. I get that. Embiid, we look at game logs. We look at what he did on Saturday. 63.25, perfect. He got right about 6 times value, which is what you need for cash. Obviously, you need 7. He needed 70 plus to hit, feel confident. But we still, in the lineup, we had him in there. We still had 340 or something like that. So it just depends on how you build your lineup through. Well, I don't know if I'm going to be paying for Embiid. I know I'm going to be paying for Lillard today. Like I said, we looked at Curry's questionable due to left foot soreness. Game log, played 35. He's played 2 games, played in those games, does have soreness. It could be something. He's coming off a fantastic game of 57.5, but we just don't know yet. So that is one to kind of monitor the situation. But if I am looking at players to use here, I really like Lillard as the top one. If you want to look for like value, like I said, and just depending, like a Malik Monk, we can look at him going up against the Lakers. The minutes is what's going to scare me a little bit. But you can see he got five times there. He really hasn't, you look at this, he really hasn't hit much. So what you see here is this is not the defense first position. This is just the overall player ranking. So the overall defense or opponent ranking. The overall defense is what you're looking at. So if you just look at like who's the worst team, the Lakers are the worst team against the center. So you could pay it for Sabonis. So if we look at this game log wise, he's had back-to-back 50 plus. I love him here. He's going to make it into my lineup for center. If you want to look at like a shooting guard, we get into, just depending on what you're looking at. You're looking at like Malcolm Brogdon going up here. Had 28.25 there at 5,200 against the Clippers, 31. Now they dropped him down to 5,000, and he actually has a really good matchup. 28th out of 30. He's getting about 6 times value, which you need. So let's throw him in there. So we can throw in right there. And like I said, if you want to look at it, the Bucks at the Hawks is the highest over-under of 238.5. Kings at Lakers is 234. So you could be looking at like these 2 games, throw in like a Clippers and Spurs to go with the Vegas odds. So just kind of getting in here. If you want to look at this game, is it Harrison Barnes? He's 5,200. We look at Harrison Barnes. He's playing 30-plus minutes a game. Didn't have a really good game the first game. Had a really good game against Utah. And now he's got a good matchup here in which should be the second highest over-under. So a Harrison Barnes, I could throw him in there. And that averages out about 5,000 a position. I get that. So just depending. Again, this isn't the only lineup I'm playing. If you want to see those other lineups, we do have them on the website. I do say take these lineups, mix and match. Don't just use them exactly like you see because we don't just want to be a copy-paste lineup. If you want to just buy lineups, there are websites out there. There are YouTube channels out there, but they don't cover what we do. They literally give you like 6 plays. These are my core plays. Here's my lineup, $5. Here you go. $5 sounds great. You're throwing it away. What you can get for $24.99 from us, multiple sports. Multiple things. So you've got multiple sports cheat sheets, research, articles. We don't just do lineups. That's hopefully what you figure out the difference between us and them. And if they're new to this channel, hopefully you stick around, because we're trying to build our audience to make you guys better DFS players. I don't want to just copy paste. I want to make you a better DFS player. And you can ask down below. There have been people that have been around since about March that came with baseball. They stuck around all season, every day with videos, and we help them win and bring home the bacon. And that's what we want to do. So after I get off my soapbox, we look at power forward. So if you kind of look at the power forward position, depending on what you're looking for, I think we might stick with the Sacramento game. And what I mean by that is I want to look at like Keegan Murray, because I'm a big Iowa person. So you got Keegan Murray, 5,300. The game logs, he's played 30 minutes and 40 minutes, had 34.5 and 31.7. Both are about 6 times value, going up against the Lakers. Overall, I like this matchup for him. And that gives us right about 5,000. And this is more of a, this obviously is a GPP build, but that's kind of the thought. You look at 5,000, like a Westbrook is 6,800. I don't want to pay for that. He's 6,800, averaging 30. You want to get down to, let's just go to salary-wise. So we'll go to guard, we'll go to salary. Let's just look at 5,000 or right around 5,000. We look at Beasley. I had him ranked there. We look at Dylan Brooks, who's, more of a talker. I don't mind him. The points are there. He's getting 17, 14, which is crazy because he had 17 points here and 24, but he had 14 points here, 25. But the turnovers are what's key. So a Dylan Brooks at 4,700 gives us to about 5,100. You get to a forward position, depending if you think he's going to play. Moody here, game logs, he's played 2 games this year at his price of 4,000 for 6 times value, just needs 24. It's just right above what he's averaging. I would like him obviously more if Curry does miss time. So Moody would be one if Curry misses time. You come down here, it's a crapshoot when you get down here. Sadiq Bey, I don't mind at 4,600. He is game logged wise, but the problem is he didn't do much here. Had a really good first game. He's playing about 27 minutes, give or take. Gets a matchup here. Overall, they're 12th. Milwaukee, they could be behind, so he may be chucking it up a ton. And it is going to be a high-scoring game. I don't mind him. I think I'll throw in Sadiq Bey. Then that gives us about 5,700 for utility. Now, depending on what you're looking at, you got D'Angelo Russell, who, looking at game logs, pretty good right here, 5,700, about 6 times value. You could throw in a D'Angelo Russell. You could throw in a Brook Lopez in a game that they're going to supposedly be up big. Played 29 minutes in his first game, only had 16 fantasy points, probably off of Brook Lopez. We look at Clint Capella going up against this game, 35, 33, 5,600. I'm good with that. That's just kind of a build. I'm not saying I'm going to use this lineup completely, but I will lock this lineup in. This is one in my mind. Will I go and change a little bit? Maybe. It just depends. But I feel really good breaking it down for you. If this is something you like, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you want more videos like this, come back, subscribe, like us, click the like button. If we get to 50, someone will win a free week. Let's get this one up to over 100. I know we can do it. So that's what I'm going to say. We've got NBA today. We've got NFL. If you have not checked our NFL content, go check it out. We have a ton of NFL content. So that's what I'm going to say. I hope you had a decent time on this video. I hope this opened up your eyes. I hope it helped you maybe build your player pool a little bit or see another mind of someone who's been building lineups for everybody for 9 years. So very excited to help you guys out. Any questions, comments, concerns, get those down below. Criticism or what you guys would like to see in these videos, put that down below as well. I would love to know. So that's all I've got in this video, guys. Good luck in the NBA today. And let's bring home some bacon. Peace.